If you are a Salesforce admin appearing for Salesforce interview, these questions can be really helpful to you. So let's move on to the first question, that let's say I have written a criteria based sharing rule and I want to update the sharing rule to the owner based sharing rule. Is this possible? So it says that I have an existing criteria based sharing rule. I want to change it from criteria to the owner based sharing rule. So let's see whether it is possible or not. So right now I have a sharing settings inside account. As you can see, account has the OWD as private. So in that case, I have written a sharing rule for the same. So that account ownership equals to public, then rule share the record with the CFO in read write condition. So if I edit it right now, as you can see, I cannot update anything except the criteria and the accesses. I cannot even share. I cannot even change it. Whom do I share it with? Right? As you can see, I can only share it with CFO now, and I cannot update it. Like if I want to share it with COO or some another role, I have to write an another criteria based sharing rule, but I cannot update the existing one, and even I cannot make the criteria based to the owner base. So the answer to this question is no, we cannot change it. Okay, so if it is criteria based, it will be criteria based, and if it's owner based, it will stay as owner based. If you want to do it, you have to create a new one. Let's move on to the next question, that let's say there is a CEO and CFO in the system and OWD of the account is private. Now we have a criteria based sharing rule that when the industry of the account is agriculture, okay, let's name it as ownership of the account is public, then share the record with the CEO's record with the CFO. But what if CFO goes and updates the criteria once the record is shared with him? So basically, this user story means that first of all, let's understand CEO over here is nothing but Salesforce in 5 minutes user. He is logged in inside the Chrome, and CFO is nothing but Rajiv Srivastav. He is logged in as H. Okay, so let's move to the question that it says that let's say account OWD is private. So basically, this account won't be visible to Rajiv Srivastav. But along with that, I have written a criteria based sharing rule. If you remember, I have written a criteria based sharing rule that if account ownership equals to public, then share it with CFO, which is Raju Srivastava, right? So this account has the ownership as public, and that's the reason why it is also shared with CFO, that is Raju Srivastava, right? Now, what if the Raju Srivastava goes and updates this ownership itself? Right? For an example, if he updates the ownership from public to private, will he lose the access? Will the record get updated? There are many questions, right? What will happen exactly? So let's see. If I go and make it private, will the record vanish or will I get some error? Let's look into it. And will the record get updated? One of the most important thing is, okay. So now I'm making the ownership as private. I'm changing the condition which was sharing the record with him, right? So that's where the overall scenario creates. Okay, so now if I'm making it private, the record will be lost, okay, or the access will be lost. So let's see what happens. As you can see, it's giving me the error that you do not have level of access to perform this operation or whatever it might be. Now if I cancel, the ownership is staying public. But what happens if I reload the page? Access was lost. Okay, so access was lost, and if you go to the account as CEO, the ownership was previously public. I made it private as Rajesh Srivastava, and he lost the access. But did the record get updated? If record got updated, that's the only reason why he lost the access as well. So let's check whether the record actually got updated or not. So the record got updated. Okay, it changed to private. So basically, when Raju Srivastava updated from public to private, he lost the access, but he was still seeing the previous record. And after that, it was not able to make any further update on it. That's the reason why it gave us the error. So the answer to this question is basically that the record will get updated, but we will lose the access of that record. Now, before moving to the next question, if you are a Salesforce admin and want to do hands-on project, I have created a comprehensive admin project that can really force you to learn concepts like omnichannel, flows, digital experience, approval process, and many other things, which will head you towards becoming a fine-tuned admin and more of a developer. To get this project, click on the top meta link below. Now, the next question is that the OWD of the account is private and one user has no role at all, while there is one user having role as CEO. So, in such cases, will the user with no role will be able to access the CEO's record, right? So, the answer question is pretty simple, that there is one user with role CEO and another user with no role at all, right? We can have a user with no role at all. So in such case, we will give Raju Srivastav with a user with which who has no role at all, right? Let me get, okay. Over here we have CEO and CFO, or no user with no role at all, right? So the question is, will it be able to see the records of CEO as he does not have access at all? So let's check it out. So right now what I'm going to do is, first of all, let's go to Raju Srivastav and remove the role from his user. Now as he has no role at all, let's see whether the record is visible to him. So right now this account record that I have over here, it's owned by CEO, right? So will it be shared with him or not? Let's see. Okay, so the answer is, even if you lose the role, right? If you do not have role, it does not mean that it follows the OWD basically. So what's going to happen is, as per as OWD, the user or the owner will be able to see his own record, and the people below him, he will be able to see the people below him the record, right? For an example. So that's the thing, right? So as he has no role at all, what's happening over here is, he has no access because he does not own any record, or the role for which he has been created does not own this specific record. That's the reason why he's not able to see the record, even though if he does not have roles at all. So this was all about today's video. If you found this video helpful, I request you to please like this video and subscribe to my channel.